understand how mountains are formed, we first need to take a closer look at the structure of the Earth. The Earth comprises of 4 main layers. The inner core is a solid ball of iron, with a temperature of 5,500 degrees Celsius. It is almost as hot as the surface of the Sun. Sharing a similar temperature, the outer core is a liquid layer composed of iron and nickel. Next, with a depth of 2,900 kilometers, the mantle is the thickest layer. The mantle is a viscous mix of semi-molten rock or magma, not quite a solid and not quite a liquid. The magma is also extremely hot. Finally, resting on top of the mantle is the crust. Composed of solid rock, the crust is the outer layer of the Earth's surface. Between 0 and 60 kilometers deep, it is the thinnest of all the layers. In terms of depth, think of the Earth's crust as the skin of a tomato, not the peel of an orange. It is in the crust that our mountains and other features of our landscape are formed. The Earth's crust is not one smooth, unbroken covering. Rather, it is made up of different sections called plates. There are 8 major plates: the Eurasian, African, Indo-Australian, Pacific, North American, South America, Nazca, and Antarctic. Some plates mark the boundaries of continents. Other plates include more than one politically defined continent. The Earth's plates are constantly moving. On average, this movement is between 1 and 10 centimeters each year. Within the mantle, heat rises and falls throughout the molten rocks. This causes convection currents. As the magma moves, so do the plates above. The movement of the Earth's plates and the changes this causes is called plate tectonics. The theory of plate tectonics explains how mountains are formed and why volcanoes and earthquakes occur. Plates can move in different ways. They can move towards each other or converge. They can move away from each other or diverge. Plates can also move in parallel along a transform boundary. As 2 plates move closer to each other, or converge, this creates intense pressure. This pressure can cause the plates to buckle in different ways. This process, over millions of years, can form a mountain. There are approximately 500 active volcanoes in the world. On average, 25 of these erupt each year. Volcanoes, like earthquakes, primarily occur on the boundary between 2 tectonic plates. Volcanoes are formed when magma penetrates through the Earth's crust. Some volcanoes are active, erupting regularly. Others are dormant and have not erupted in the recent past. Extinct volcanoes are dead and will not erupt again. Every 30 seconds there is an earthquake somewhere in the world. Earthquakes are common at transform plate boundaries. As 2 tectonic plates move in parallel, friction causes them to stick. When they eventually become unstuck, it is often with a violent jolt. This jolt causes an earthquake. The focus of an earthquake is the point deep underground where the earthquake begins. When the earthquake is triggered, shock waves, called seismic waves, spread out in all directions from the focus. The epicenter is the point on the Earth's surface immediately above the focus. It is here that the earthquake is felt most strongly. Earthquakes have different strengths, or magnitudes. While some earthquakes are barely detectable, others can cause severe damage to property and result in terrible loss of life. The Richter scale measures the magnitude of an earthquake. Earthquakes with a magnitude of 3 are the smallest commonly felt by people, but cause no damage. With a magnitude of 4, an earthquake can make windows rattle, and there may be some minor breakages. With a magnitude of 6, there will be serious damage. Walls crack and split, and buildings can collapse. With a magnitude of 9, an earthquake is a severe, often catastrophic event. In theory, there is no upper limit to the Richter scale.